the latest news. We talk about Luigi, Mama Luigi, Luigi Mangione. Is it Mangione or is it Mangione? I don't really know what this kid's name is. So he's 26 years old. So here's what we know. What do we know about this fucker? We have a list. We're making a. Oh, here we go. All right, Luigi Mangione this guy is the suspect in the CEO killing, right? I'm getting all this information from CNN, so we know that the news is not trustworthy from CNN, but we got to do the best we can to go for the most untrustworthy sources, because that's what the Michael Garza show does. We use untrustworthy sources like CNN, and which is where I'm getting this information from. So let's take a look. So the suspect in CEO killing, Luigi Mangione. He's 26 years old. He is from a wealthy Maryland family. High school valedictorian. Okay. Ivy League graduate. Most recent address was in Hawaii. Okay. So, well, yes. Academically, this kid is brilliant. This kid accomplished a lot academically, clearly. And that's pretty impressive to graduate from an Ivy League school. Just impressive to be a valedictorian, to be honest. And so his academic record is bar none. But I swear to God, it is the smartest people who do the dumbest things sometimes. It is the most intelligent people who do the stupidest fucking things. Like, they're so intelligent in one extreme way, and then they go and just do something so fucking asinine. And this is it. This is one of those asinine moments where you look at this guy and you're thinking to yourself, why? You have everything going for you. Maybe you could have, I don't know. He seems like a pretty smart guy based on what I see. I would have hoped he would have. He was anti-capitalist, so it would be kind of pointless for him to start a business. Because why would you start a business if he hates capitalism? So to try to combat something like UnitedHealthcare, you know, he could have started some sort of business. Something. Could have ran for office. I don't know. Something. There's any number of ways. I feel bad for two people in this. Oddly enough, I feel bad, obviously, for the family of the CEO, Brian Thompson, I believe. Yes, I think it was Brian. Forgive me for getting the CEO's name wrong. I don't really keep up with some of this as much as I probably should. But I feel bad for him for what happened to him, obviously. I feel bad for the family of the CEO. I also feel bad for the family and the friends and the people who knew Luigi. Clearly, he knew a lot of people. I guess he had a lot of followers on Instagram as well. It's sad to see somebody so gifted. And not just gifted, I mean, you do have to work your ass off, by the way, to get to a valedictorian level. So nothing necessarily came easy to him. I mean, maybe it could have. He could have also just been very savantish and just was able to pick up things very quickly and was able to understand and do things. So academically speaking, this guy was unreal. I think the problem was, in from what I've been able to read and see, is that he liked guys like the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski. He was anti-capitalist. The problem is, he is a product, and I'm going to say this right now, he's a product of the woke bullshit. You know, he probably got indoctrinated in school, in college. Most of his communist teachers probably brainwashed him into thinking that communism's a good thing when it's a pile of shit. And then guys like this will end up doing crimes like this. It's just simple. Like I always say, I'm not against, and I always say this, I'm not against people who believe in communism. I'm just against communism. People who believe in communism, that's fine. That's dandy. I'm just against the cons. I'm just against it as an idea. I think it's a bad idea. I don't want it ever to be censored because I think people should know just how bad the idea is. And when I say nothing about communism should be censored, I mean nothing. People should know about the death that a terrible system can cause, especially when it's ran by human beings. The problem is communism's not compatible with human beings. And that's the one thing, and it's sad because a smart guy like Luigi, even smart people can fall victim to terrible ideas, and communism is one of them. He hated capitalism. In a lot of ways, capitalism is a good thing. What he really should be hating, what he didn't realize his real enemy was government. Right? Government has actually ruined healthcare. Not United Healthcare, by the way. I'm not a fan of these insurance companies. To be honest, I do think that they're very predatory in the way that they do business, and they deny too many fucking claims. I think when it comes to somebody's livelihood and their life and death, it's tough to say, you know. But this was a weird situation, man. It's fucking crazy. Let me make sure I can see my chats real quick. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Just in case you guys chat in, I want to make sure I could actually see you guys in the chat. But yeah, this is just really honestly heartbreaking. And it kind of just makes me sad. It makes me sad that somebody with potential and promise could do that. And now here's the thing. He's going to be seen, unfortunately, as a hero. You know, I hate to say it, but making this guy a hero, stupid. It's just stupid. What we all should have been doing was just condemning the United Healthcare CEO and everything they do. And we should have found way. The best thing you can do is try to criticize something and try to boycott it if it's terrible. When it comes to healthcare, it's really tough to boycott because there's not many providers. Government intervention in healthcare has made things more expensive, and I guess the truth is the real enemy is always going to be the government. It's funny. This Luigi guy and we have totally different ways of thinking. Sure, he was academically brilliant. I was I was decent academically, but never valedictorian or anything. But he's proof that book smart people can fall victim to terrible, stupid ideas. That's all I'm saying. Mark Velez says, "Hey, dude, what up, Mark? Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, dude. What's cracking, my man? Hell yeah." Yeah, this whole situation is just so wild to me, though. It really is wild. Like, oh man. But yeah, what else can you say about this kid? He's, 26 years old. Fell victim to, in my opinion, shitty ideologies. He read up on, you know, it's good to read different literature for sure. I think it's great, but sometimes you can get muddled, and I think it's good to be exposed even to the shittier ideas, even ideas like Marxism. I think it's bad. It's a bad idea, but you should expose yourself to even the shittiest of ideas because it's good to find out what the shitty ones look like and how they're assembled, if that makes sense. Um, but it's one of those things, man. Mark Velez is asking, can you explain this whole situation? I literally have no knowledge of this healthcare drama. Well, I've been kind of keeping up on it a little bit because I keep seeing things on YouTube, so I kind of watch a couple clips here and there just to kind of get a gauge on it. But basically, Luigi Mangione, I think it's Mangione, I don't know how to say his name. He's 26, comes from a wealthy Maryland family. He's a high school valedictorian, Ivy League graduate. He basically shot in cold blood. He shot in cold blood the CEO of a UnitedHealthcare company outside of the hotel that Brian was staying in. The CEO, his name's Brian. I think Brian Thompson, if I remember right. And yeah, just straight up killed him, and then got away. Did it? I mean, I will admit his methodology was actually pretty impressive that he was able to get away. We can't. Here's the problem I see on the internet. And by the way, Bo Dangle says, "Where's your eyebrows?" They're barely existing. My eyebrows barely exist. Now, what I want to talk about the most though is that this should not be encouraged. And I agree with one person. I agree with is Asmund Gould on this one. I don't really watch a lot of his content, but I saw his reaction to some of these news coverages, and he did say that we don't want to make things like this commonplace because this sort of vigilantism, and I'll tell you why. Because what if somebody thinks it's okay to kill you in cold blood? What if they just decided, hey, whatever reason it may be, I'm just going to decide to kill you because I think it's the right thing to do. A lot of people, the problem with people is that people will think even their shitty ideas are good ideas. And when universally they're shitty ideas. It's like people who believe in communism. I love them. They're all good people. But, dude, you believe in communism, one of the shittiest fucking ideas in all of existence. It just shows that even smart people, intelligent people, can fall prey to bullshit ideas. Anyway, Mark Velez says that caught me up nicely, but what exactly was the motive for the assassination, though, and why are some people making him out to be a hero? So the reason they're making him out to be a hero is because the UnitedHealthcare is a very shittily run, from what I've been able to hear, health insurance organization, and they deny a lot of claims. And because they deny a lot of claims, they felt that this was something that people feel that this is something that the CEO had coming to him because of the countless number of lives that have been lost or affected negatively due to this health insurance provider denying claims. So it's, but yeah, I hope that helps in some way. Why are there some people? Yeah, I don't know why they're making him out to be a hero, to be honest. He's not. He's not. He's just another fucking communist who assassinated somebody, thinking that they're the righteous ones, when in all reality, your real enemy is the government, by the way. You can blame capitalism all you want, but really it's just government. Government allowing bullshit to happen. Government intervening too much. One moment. All right. Um, Bo Daigle says, I'm pretty sure they caught the guy. They caught the guy. What I'm trying to say is, it frustrates me that a guy. I think what bothers me is that people who are intelligent, or at least, this is proof that you could do well in school, but have no idea about how reality works. Seriously. And I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky. I never got my mind fucked up by college. Um, I read a lot of books, obviously. A lot of books. I read for information, to understand concepts, but, it's people who fall victim to bad ideologies, bad ideas like communism, socialism, any form of collectivism, really. They end up thinking that the world owes them one. They don't try to earn anything. The irony is he earned quite a bit, you know? You could say that he went to a private school, and his parents pretty much paid his way through college and all that shit. So it's like, where's the line drawn? Mark Velez says, speaking of academics, I've kind of got some good news myself. Hell yeah! What's the good news, my man? What's going on? And by the way, I just want to apologize to everybody. I've been gone. I have not live streamed in a while. I think I don't think I've live streamed for about like 4 or 5 days. I've been just on. I mean, I've been uploading shorts here and there, short videos, just like one short a day. But I've really been I just want to apologize to everybody for me neglecting the channel the way I have. Trying not to, obviously. I never want to neglect the channel too much, but yeah, from what I can see, man, this Luigi just it just sucks. Personally, I believe that communism is I think that you have to have a certain kind of mindset to be attracted to communism and socialism. I really do. A certain kind of mind, I should say. Just a certain kind of mind. There are some people who are drawn to those ideas. I will never understand it. I was drawn to them a little bit when I was younger, but when you read up on what the results are for those concepts, you're like, no, thank you. This doesn't work. It's pretty on paper, but it's terrible in practice. And you have to see how it is in practice. And the best excuse that I hear all the time about communism is like, oh, it just wasn't implemented correctly. Oh, it just wasn't implemented correctly. Oh, it just wasn't implemented correctly. Oh, it just wasn't. Anyway, but you know what I mean. It's just that same old line again. It wasn't implemented correctly. It's like, no, there's no way to implement it correctly because it doesn't work with human beings. There's been time and time and time again. There's no way to implement collectivism of any kind correctly within human beings. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. It just goes to shit. And individualism's the key. That's why we got to hold on to the concepts of individualism. Still work as a community, obviously, but still hold on to our individual rights and our individual privileges. It matters, man. I think individuality is a big deal. And I think that collectivism muddles the hell out of things like that. Mark Velez says, I'm a dropout, but I've actually recently passed 2 GED tests, and I have 2 left to hopefully get my diploma. Hey, dude, congratulations, my man, dude. That's fucking awesome. Dude, get that diploma, man. Because hey, the thing is, man, as long as you can get through that, I mean, that's a good thing. So yeah, get through it, buddy. Get through it, my man. Hey, I'm proud of you, bud. Hey, everybody in the chat, let's give a round of applause to Mark. Woo woo! Get it, Mark, man. Get it, man. We like to encourage accomplishment here on this channel. Good accomplishment, any kind of accomplishment, really. I I think that there's a certain science to accomplishment. I really do, and I think it matters. So good job, my man. Good job, Mark. Hell yeah. But yeah, to stay on topic with this though, to the best of my ability, I tend to veer off too much. Swear, I've got a little bit of an ADD mind sometimes. Um, it's just interesting to see what is at work here. You know, with this whole, what are we going to start allowing as a society? Is what I'm asking. Are we going to start turning a blind eye to this kind of thing? You know, just killing somebody in cold blood, right? Shooting an unarmed person. And then people start arguing about the whole Daniel Penny thing. Well, the man on the subway, was, I guess, harassing the passengers and being a total violent piece of shit. And Daniel took matters into his own hands, choked the guy out. But it wasn't the chokeout that ultimately killed him. The guy was already ODing on certain drugs. Anyway, the point is, there are times that, and there are times where I don't even know. It saddens me, man. I just, like, whatever one is going through to get to that point, to think that they need to kill somebody, it's just disturbing. It's very disturbing, and it makes me sad. It really does. Um, I'm sorry. I just need a moment. It's just an emotional subject. I hate seeing a world supporting people killing each other. I really, I'm not. And don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of the CEO of UnitedHealthcare either. I'm not supporting what he did. I'm not supporting Luigi. I'm not on any of their sides. I'm just sad that things couldn't have turned out a little differently, quite a bit differently. And we as a society gotta stop this, encouraging it. First off, and look, there's obviously freedom of speech, and you're free to encourage whatever you want. But on a moral level, I want to encourage people to find it within themselves, to stop encouraging killing people in cold blood. It's not right. It's not right at all. So it's frustrating. Now, if he was defending himself, that's one thing. I get it. But it wasn't that type of situation. Mark Velez says, I'll take the other two parts this Thursday/Friday, and I hope I pass them. But if not, I'll retake those two subjects in 2 months. After this, I am not sure if I'll do college, trade school, or get a job. Ultimately, that's up to you. I'm not going to try to recommend what you do after you get the GED, because I don't know what makes you tick, you know. I will say this though, maybe look into those options. Maybe look into seeing what it would be like to get a job. Maybe see what it would take to get into a trade school. See what it would take to get into college. Me personally, I will give you some opinions, but ultimately you should form your own opinion and you should do your research. I am but one perspective. There are many other people who can give you, in my opinion, better advice on this shit. But I do believe that college is a waste of time for the most part. I believe it's just become an indoctrination pyramid scheme. I went to a semester of college, and that was enough for me to realize I didn't ever really want to do it. So that's when I started working. And then I just read a lot of books. I read for information. You know, never let your schooling get in the way of your education. I'm going to repeat that. Never let your schooling get in the way of your education. And what does that mean? It means that you need to seek what you want to learn. You need to seek what you want to learn. Now, degrees are nice. It's nice to get a degree if you can get it. But with how expensive college is, it's not even, in my opinion, not even worth it. Trade schools are great because there is a high demand for certain skills. Yeah, I would say if I ever went to a trade school, I'd probably try welding. If I was to do any sort of trade, I would probably want to do welding. That's inspired by one of my buddies, by the way. I haven't talked to him in a while. I should probably talk to him. But Joe Lindsay, he really cool dude. Really inspirational too, to me. He's just a cool dude. If I was gonna do any sort of trade that required some skill, probably be welding. Me personally, that piques my interest in a lot of ways. Never got around to it though. I got a lot of experience in like customer support and stuff like that over the phone. So that's what I've been doing for like the last like few years. I'm surprisingly really good at it. You give me. It's funny if you can do things on a computer that nobody else can. You get looked at as if you're a god. I will say that. But I would say if anything working with my hands, like really working with my hands, I would say welding would be cool. Never would want to do underwater welding though. That might be a little too much. I don't know how people could do that. To be honest, underwater welding looks so intense. But yeah. Anyway, sorry about that long diatribe, man. Hope that helps. I mean, look, you got to do your own research, though. You got to, use your resources. Find out what makes you tick. Find out what you're really all about. And look, even if you don't know, that's okay. You might change your mind at certain points. Just remember, you're not locked into anything forever. One thing that Bon Jovi once said, and I usually don't quote Bon Jovi, but you should write your desires and dreams down on pencil instead of pen, because at least when you write it in pencil, you can change it with it. You can erase the stuff that you don't want to do with an eraser. I'm misquoting that quite a bit, but you get the idea. Pen has more permanence, obviously. Pencil has less because you can erase what you wrote with a pencil. That's just a way of looking at life. You don't have to fully. If you've committed to something and you find out it's something that you just can't do or just don't want to do, and you thought you wanted it, you didn't want it. Boom. Marco Herrera Chico says, "Ain't nobody listening to you." Well, you are. You are, Marco, whether you like it or not, bitch. Suck my chode. Oh yeah, you guys, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Like the video and subscribe. please. Oh no. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, sorry about that. I was doing a live video and I decided to check my messages. And then I was like, oh shit. It looks like you messaged me like 8 minutes ago and I'm sorry about that. Yeah. It's okay though. I'm about ready to be done with it anyway. I was just doing a quick one, but yeah, I'd rather get out of the house anyway. So you're at Walmart right now? Oh, sick. Did you get there just a little bit ago? Okay. Yeah, I can. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna end this live stream. I already done like 30 minutes worth of it, and it's just me blabbering on. So, in fact, It's funny as I'm talking to you on the phone while I'm talking. Anyway, I love you, baby. I will see you in just a little bit. I just gotta put a coat on. All right, I gotta keep my titties warm. All right, love you, baby. See you in a bit. Bye. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in, but I gotta go. I gotta get my caboose out of here. I'm gonna go to Walmart. All right. Later, guys.